What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing, and today I'm going to be picking my 2022 Fighter of the Year in boxing. So, obviously, as most of you guys know, 2022 ended a few months ago, and most people did already post this video already. But, I was pretty late last year, my 2022 yearly picks, but I just decided I kind of want to just release my opinion on it, even though I took a few months for me to get it out. But just to get straight into the video, I'm going to be listing four of the five fighters who I think could be Fight of the Year contenders. Obviously, one of those five fighters is going to be my pick for Fighter of the Year. So, in no particular order, just to get straight into it. One of the fighters that's an honorable mention for Fighter of the Year is Jermell Charlo. He has a record of 35 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw, with 19 wins coming by way of knockout. He became the undisputed Super Welterweight World Champion in 2022 with a knockout win in the summer over Brian Castagna. The fight happened I'm pretty sure it was mid-May. He got a nice knockout win late in the fight. It was a good fight, stopped him. And it was a very big win for him. And based on that win and becoming undisputed champion from that rematch against Castano, I decided to put him on here as an honorable mention. And then another big pick for possible Fighter of the Year in 2022, in my opinion, is Devin Haney. He has a record of 29 wins, no losses, and 15 wins coming by way of knockout. He became the undisputed world champion in the lightweight division in 2022, with 2 wins over George Kambosos Jr., defeating him both by wide unanimous decision. He really dominated Kambosos twice, once in June of 2022, then once, I believe it was November, I'm pretty sure it was, late November, if I'm being mistaken, but otherwise, he dominated George Kambosos Jr. twice, became the undisputed world champion, still undefeated. Very good year for him, becoming undisputed and getting 2 dominant wins over a top-tier lightweight. And then another pick, in my opinion, for possible Fighter of the Year is Jesse Rodriguez. So his record at the end of 2022 was 17 wins, no losses, and 11 wins coming by way of knockout. Obviously, now in 2023, he's coming off a win over Christian Gonzalez, became the WBO flyweight world champion. But in the year of 2022, he did become the WBC super flyweight world champion. Obviously, he vacated the belt later on in the year and dropped down in weight, as I just mentioned before. But in 2022, he had some awesome wins, defeating Carlos Cuadras by unanimous decision to win that world title, then stopping Sirsaket Srongvisai, who was regarded as one of the greats. Same with Carlos Cuadras. And then he got, although this was not really the greatest performance, he still got a very solid win over Israel Gonzalez, defeating him by unanimous decision. So he got 3 pretty solid wins. 2 of them were excellent wins, and he won a world title. So Jesse Rodriguez had a very good 2022, in my opinion. And then out of the 4 fighters that are honorable mentions, the last one definitely had a very good year. From Japan, Naoya Inoue. At the end of 2022, his record was 24 wins, no losses, with 21 wins coming by way of knockout. In 2022, he became the undisputed bantamweight champion of the world. He got a second-round brutal knockout victory over Nonito Donaire. I believe that fight happened in June. And then he also knocked out Paul Butler later on in the year to become the undisputed world champion. Nonito Donaire he knocked out to become the WBC champ, adding to his WBA and IBF titles at the time. And then when he knocked out Paul Butler, he added the WBO title, thus to become undisputed. And he had a really good year, like I said, getting 2 very good knockout wins over top-tier opposition and becoming undisputed. And then finally, my pick for Fighter of the Year in 2022, it is Dimitri Bivol. He had a fantastic year. At the end of 2022, his record was 21 wins, no losses, with 11 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the current WBA light heavyweight world champion. He defended that title in 2022 twice with some amazing wins. He beat two fighters that were regarded as some of the best in their weight class. He defeated Canelo Alvarez by unanimous decision, and Canelo Alvarez was the favorite in that fight. He was regarded as pound for pound number one going into that fight, so it was a sensational win for Dimitri Bivol, defeating Canelo Alvarez by unanimous decision, outboxing him, outpointing him, and definitely winning definitively. So that was a massive win for Dimitri Bivol in 2022. And then his other win, to add a cherry on top of the sundae, he defeated Gilberto Ramirez by a clear-cut unanimous decision. And Ramirez was undefeated with over 40 wins going into the fight. And he was also a former world champion at super middleweight. So he got 2 wins over 2 highly regarded fighters. He had 2 sensational wins over really, really good fighters. I mean, both Ramirez and Canelo Alvarez were just top of their game going into the fight. Obviously, Canelo Alvarez was coming off of those big wins at super middleweight, wanted to test the waters at 175, and Bivol made him go back down, obviously. And Gilberto Ramirez, he moved up from 168, had some solid wins at 175, looked good. And then Bivol just shut him out and outboxed him, just like he did to Canelo. So Dimitri Bivol is my pick for Fighter of the Year for 2022. So overall, the 4 honorable mentions I listed that could definitely be Fighter of the Year in 2022 were Devin Haney, Jesse Rodriguez, Naoya Inoue, and Jermell Charlo. But in the end, my pick for 2022 Fighter of the Year in boxing is Dimitri Bivol, specifically for his wins over Canelo Alvarez and Gilberto Ramirez. That's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.